Hey, it's Niko from the new 92.3 Amp Radio. I'm going to be your guest on Pizza Beer Revolution. You got to check it out, all right? If you don't check it out, you're an idiot.
Pizza Beer Revolution. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Polano, Joe Maffei, Derek D, and sitting in on the B-side, DJ Niko Petrou, and I said it right!
No,
didn't I?
you did.
No, you did. Oh, Petrou.
Why do we have to go over this 100 times? It's just Petrou.
That's what I said, Niko Petrou.
And I even told, no, you said Petrou again. It's just
right.
Petrou.
Right, Petrou.
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 Petrou. Damn, I thought
You're emphasizing the true.
Yeah, he's putting the accent on the wrong syllable.
I mean, I can't tell you that we probably did 50 episodes in season 1, and I think I got one name right.
No,
I have a
it's
speech
all good.
impediment. 60% of what I say is bullshit.
What was your name again?
Bob, but it's good. I apologize. DJ Niko's in the house. Thank you so much for coming down.
No
man.
problem, man. Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
How'd you like that Gianni's pie?
That was delicious. The best grandma pie I've ever had, Gianni's.
It really was great, though.
You are the best.
It was really good.
They could see you. It was really good.
I know. I gave him the sexy pizza eyes.
You know how you know it's good? When everybody's doing the pizza math. Like, there's only 2 slices for each of us. If I got to get this done, maybe
Right.
I get the extra slice.
Nico pointed that out, right?
Yeah.
What did you say? You're like, you know,
Like, whenever there's pizza involved, the first thing I do is I map it out. I'm like, yo, somebody right here is not getting a second slice, and that's not going to be me. I am going to strategically maneuver my way in so that when I see the first person that gets their second slice, I'm jumping in right after.
right.
I'm like, I'm in. We're going for seconds.
you don't want to be the first guy to get the second slice, but you got to be the second.
Got to
guy
be the
to
second
get it.
guy.
Yeah, that's so
You don't
true,
want to
like-
seem too eager, because then you're a fat ass pig, and everybody laughs at you.
I think that your pizza etiquette was completely perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Right? Because not only did you wait until everybody had a second slice, that last slice was there. You turned to our producer and you offered it to her first. Right?
I'm a gentleman.
He's a
It's
gentleman. And, you know?
But he didn't mean it, obviously.
What?
It was insincere. He didn't mean it. He wanted that slice.
Well, you ask because you want.
No, but
right?
she was busy over there making crumbs out of her pizza. I don't know what she was doing, trying to build a pizza castle. But I was like, are you going to have a second slice, or are you going to finish whatever you did over there?
Do you mind if I have this one? I'm drooling over right now. It might be pretty good.
And sometimes the pepperoni overpowers, but the pepperoni did not overpower.
Yeah.
Right, because
yes,
a tip,
Derek D. I agree.
And that comes from the Pepperoni Foundation.
the typical grandma pie does not have pepperoni on it.
No,
but
they
we
did it
called
for us
you
special.
right, and they did it for us special, and I think it worked, man. I think it worked.
It was a remix.
Yeah, I'm a pepperoni dude.
Yeah,
You know,
on whatever.
got to have some meat on your pie.
Right.
How stoked are you, though, when you go to some place and they order pizza and there's like a skinny girl in the room? You're like, she's like eating one or a half. I'm getting her piece.
So you're also gauging by people
hell yeah.
before the pie even gets there.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't engage me at 3. He's like, man, I got to watch that fat guy in the corner. He might be after 3 slices.
Oh no! I totally thought you were gonna eat the whole pie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm waiting.
I was
for
like,
Kelly
where's yours?
to bring down extra boxes for
where,
us?
where are the other pies, man?
Yeah.
What would he choose 3 of us, good, bad, and ugly, though?
Oh well, you really want to pose that question?
Yeah, I'm hoping Derek gets the ugly once in a while. It's always me.
Well, we you know F Marry Kill.
Yeah.
Well, we have a little thing out to say that I see it in the podcast. We asked our listeners, which I hate to do this, but we asked them to tweet us or Facebook us or email us, whatever. Good, bad, the ugly. You have to pick Joe, Derek, or
So your
Mike.
listeners actually picked this? for
Well,
you
we
guys?
put it out there in the last episode.
Or you could do FMK.
You know, we're not going to do FMK with Niko, man. It just ain't right.
Awkward.
So, like, we'll play Good, the Bad, the Ugly with people, and I'll ask them, like, Puppy Dogs, Satan, and Sunshine. And you got to tell me which one's good, which one's bad, which one's ugly, right? So if you want to play this game?
Yeah, I want to see what he says.
All right, if you had to say Good, Bad, the Ugly with the 3 of us, Joe, Derek, Mike, how would it go down? Who's good, who's bad, and who's ugly? I'm very uncomfortable with
Because
this,
bad
man.
and ugly are 2 very negative things.
But
and
very
there's only
di-
one
nah.
positive thing.
Yeah.
We're all dudes, though.
It depends on how you represent bad or ugly.
Good.
You're only gonna upset
Derek
them.
D, good. He's like the sweetie pie.
What is? Oh, I don't. That's got
You come in
He's
second,
getting
bro.
all red.
Like if this were like a
Go
date
on.
movie, you'd live.
sweetie pie.
Right?
This is where I have to pick my battle.
ahead.
Right here. Joe, you're ugly.
Have you looked?
No, you're not ugly. No. See, I don't.
So I'm bad.
I abstain. Yeah,
But like Michael
but you're
Jackson?
like the bad boy.
But like Michael
But
Jackson.
like good, like
oh,
bad.
see, I'm down
like
with
the
that.
Joe Rogan bad.
All right, everybody. Nico's microphone is on mute for 2 minutes. That's a 2-minute penalty. Oh, the Joe Rogan. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I'm
especially
sure
when
it's
I was
the first time.
commentating cage fighting. in
No,
Atlantic
he's
City.
heard it a lot.
Oh, hey, Joe Rogan. That's
That's
original.
kind of who you remind me of, though. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. If you're gonna have a doppelganger, it's better to be Joe Rogan than like I don't know, an Oompa Loompa or say a South Park character.
I'm the Oompa Loompa?
I don't know. I was just saying.
Look at how much taller than me, man.
That's effed up, man.
I just realized he was
We'll get him
directly
after the show.
targeting you guys just now.
So what quality does Joe Rogan have that reminds you of Mike?
Oh, I was going the opposite way. I was
Oh,
going,
or Mike reminds you of Joe Rogan. What quality do they
Because
share in
he's
common?
Like, like a cut rate Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but what's the quality that they have that's the same that really drew you in there?
Don't make me do that. I would say facial hair.
Facial hair, yeah,
Facial
really
hair.
good.
You know what really sucked is when Joe Rogan started shaving his head. Then it was over, man. Like because he didn't used to shave his head.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Rogan in news radio, full head of hair, coif.
Coiffé.
He had a Floby.
I don't know about a floby, but
Well, you know.
a floby cut your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but people started saying a Floby was a certain style of haircut.
All right. So Nico, anyway,
Bye, guys. Good to see you. I'll take it.
so 92.3 amp radio.
Yeah.
That's your current spot on the airwaves,
That's-
10 to 3.
Yeah, that's the midday show on the new 92.3 amp radio.
So before we get to that, let's digress for a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about how you got into the industry. How did that path start for you?
I was one of those kids that was always into music growing up. This is serious, by the way, right?
Well,
okay.
shit,
Me too.
Yeah. No, I started DJing at a very young age, like 14 or 15, collecting equipment from whatever. I would tear apart my father's like big radio or receivers and stacks of, and I would build my own like DJing console. He was never too happy about that, and that kind of evolved into me DJing. I started doing parties, and then I was like, wow, this is really fun. And they brought in a radio station at a club I was DJing. And the host literally gave me the microphone. She's like, I want you to run around the club. I want you to talk to good-looking ladies. I was 18 at the time. I wasn't even supposed to be in the club.
Nice.
I was like, yeah. So the first time it happened, I was on like a catwalk, and I'm walking toward this girl who's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm 18.
Yeah.
I'm used to high school 17-year-old, 16-year-old girls. I'm like, ooh, okay, this is next level. This 23-year-old, probably a stripper. I don't know. Her boobs may have been real or not. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I'm walking up to her like she's my magnetic polar opposite, and literally she takes her boobs and squeezes them around the microphone.
Wow.
And she goes, now talk into it. And I was like,
Yes, please.
I want to do this forever.
I found my calling.
So literally, they put me on the radio. I kind of got used to being on the radio at a young age at that point, and then just kind of evolved into like picking up part-time shifts and then a full-time shift, and I had my own show, and then the big bad radio station in New York City called me up and was like, hey, we hear you doing crazy things out there. Would you like to do it here for no money?
Well, wait. But so the audience knows, you're doing crazy things out there. Where was there?
In Detroit, it was a radio station called Channel 955, and all right, here in New York, it was Z100.
Okay.
So I started there, and literally I was 21 or 22 years old, and they literally offered me zero money, but I didn't give a shit. I was
like,
like,
step in, right?
yo,
It's
let's
like,
go.
It's like
Yeah.
a production assistant on a set. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you're
Gotta
working
start
for
somewhere.
nothing.
Yeah, I
What-
started off as a co-host producer for the night show on Z100, and then just kind of worked my way up. I was doing the overnight show. I was doing this and that.
What like when you started like collecting all that equipment, man? Or well, actually, two questions.
Yeah.
I had like 30-inch wooden Kenwoods.
Yes.
Right. I used to unscrew the bass woofer and hide like all
driver.
my shit in there in high school from my parents.
Oh wow.
The only problem was if you hit like a big bassy song, it would
rattle.
It would
Yeah,
rattle. So you had
crazy.
to tape that in there. But why is that like the kind of stuff you started on? Like you started collecting like when you were DJing? Did you have to like piecemeal your stuff together?
I'm
Did you
talking
get-
as a very young child.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would-
high
I would
school.
be recording like shows from the radio. This is before DJing
Like-
was ever possible. It was even younger than high school.
Tapes? You're talking
I'm
like,
like 8 years old,
Yeah.
9 years
Oh,
old.
right
My
on.
father would come home and his whole like stereo system was
Just ripped apart.
broken down. To I would like stack up the amps and build like huge towers of speakers. I'm like, I just want to DJ and play music.
just take those red and
that's
black
what-
wires and keep
yeah, exactly.
sticking them in
as
the
long
back.
as they kept working in something.
See, that's something that like doesn't lend itself to with today's technology. As awesome as the technology is today,
Yeah, it's
you
not like
can't
that.
really do that stuff
do
anymore
that.
like we did when we were kids, man. You
That's
could
exactly what I did.
You could pick speakers out of the dumpster. You could drive around and people could be throwing shit away or go to a farmer's market, whatever. Take any
are the
speaker,
best.
throw those 2 wires in, and
Green-
you're gonna get some sound.
Yeah, and then you cut it out and put it in your car later in life.
Yes, I had a friend that did that. Craig Flanagan used to do
Totally
that all
true.
the time, man.
I remember like my like when I was younger, my DJing was we all did this. We put the tape in next, the double head
Cassette deck?
cassette deck tape player, and your song would come on like Z100 or something, and you'd hit record. You'd be like, yes, I got it. I got whatever
And then
song
the
it was.
DJ would talk.
He'd talk over it.
Yeah.
You're like,
You're
no,
like,
it's not
"No, shut
talking."
up.
It's not but then you'd do that, and you'd have like a song. DJ would talk, cut off. New song. You're like, yo, I got the sickest mix, dog. Go over to your friend's
best.
house, yo, play this.
Is that where you honed your skills and stuff?
That's where I hone my skills.
Learn how to rhyme everything with doopity doo.
Lickety split.
Is that where Menergize got its start?
mixed
that's-
results?
Did you know he was in a boy band? Derek was in a boy band.
No.
Yeah, they were called Menergize.
It's called Menergize.
Is this serious?
It was
Yeah.
actually called Manzier.
It was called Mixed Results with a Z.
Which one's true?
He was a real Slim Shady too.
Mixed
He
results.
stood up. He stood up. With
Please stand up.
I knew about that. I knew about that because you showed me that a long time ago, like on your Facebook page. You
Oh,
were like,
really?
I was one of those little Slim Shadies at Radio City for the VMAs.
What a tool.
That's great.
So
man.
the question is,
time.
does he iron or press his Cavaricis?
Oh, I had Z Cavaricis, bro. Nico, did you have them?
Hell yeah.
Word up.
I had the Gene Cavaricis.
Oh,
which
double
were
belt?
next level.
Double belt?
No, I didn't have the crossover belt. Just a lot of pleats. A lot of pleats.
You know-
Pleats,
you know-
many pleats.
a lot of pleats.
I had one contention with Z Cavaricis. I never knew what footwear to wear with a Z Cavaricis.
Capricious.
Whoa.
You know?
Whoa, are you
Capricious,
really
right?
asking that question right
I'm
now?
serial, man.
Yo, Nike Airs when they
Oh,
first
yeah.
came out.
Z Cavaricis?
Nike Air when they first came out, the little air pocket. I don't remember which one it was, but those were the jam when you wear. And then you would take the cross pens and stick them in the pockets, and it
Yeah.
would be like a cross pen
Yeah.
right in your pocket.
Oh,
Did you
cute
guys used
man.
to peg your jeans? Peg your
Oh
pants?
yeah.
What do you mean,
You know
French
what that
roll?
is?
French
The-
roll.
You fold and it. And
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
French roll.
Only
Oh,
when I wore a kitten heel.
That was very 90210.
It was. Well, I
Oh,
guess-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
got
was-
it from my brother. It was more like his era, but he called it pegging.
He's your older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was standard, Derek D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
standard.
pegged him.
Yeah.
I pegged the jeans. I pegged
You
khakis.
called it pegging. We called it French cuff or French roll, I remember.
Pegging's kind of cool.
But that happened with Z Cavaricis were very tapered, like at the bottom.
Oh, so sick.
Why are you looking at me like that when I say French cuff?
No, I get excited about Z Cavaricis and Guess jeans and cross colors and,
Cross
and
colors.
skids.
I used to rock the crisscross.
Yes.
Crisscross overalls with one down, strong.
Makes you want to jump?
The little blue ones that you were in the movie.
What? Oh, you asshole! You asshole.
Chucky? No.
I was going to say.
Oompa Loompa. What is this new Oompa Loompa
I don't
joke?
know. It's so wrong. I was going to say when Derek was in that Slim Shady video, the director kept yelling at him because Slim Shady was like, "Please stand up," and they all stand up, and they were like, "Derek, stand up!" Like he's like, "I'm standing up, everybody. I'm standing up." He said, "Mr. Director, I am standing up." Dramatic pause.
Well, I don't pause, but
How do you do this show? It's just abuse.
No, it's not always.
It's my little friend, Derek D.
Why? Why?
I want to put him in my pocket. Take him home.
What is this? What is this? Now, of course, gonna get labeled as the good. I'm an asshole for all you listeners out there. No, but I have a magazine cutout of me as like one of the Slim Shadies, and I was right in the front. Maybe because I was short, they put me in the front. But it's like I'm the most front person besides Eminem. Call me tall, and maybe we'll see what happens.
No.
60%.
Yeah, right. Like, good point, Joe.
By the way, I'm the same size as Mike.
No, you're not.
What?
No, we'll measure later.
Okay, you're 5'8".
9.
I'm 5'7". They're not 5'9". He's 5'8".
So, yeah, we'll measure later.
Okay, whatever.
We'll take a picture. We'll post it up. So,
Nico,
Nico,
Yo.
why you started in your career in Detroit?
Yep.
I didn't know that, but why? It seems like that's like a common path for successful New York City DJs. or radio personalities
Coming
What-
from Detroit?
Yeah, what's up with the whole Detroit radio scene? Is that like, is there something to that?
I'll
Even
be
coming
honest with
through
you.
It, like maybe not you started there, but it seems like people came through.
Well, I feel like
it.
Stern was a big guy in Detroit, right? There's who was the other guy with the Rattler? Bubba the Love Sponge. He was like a Detroit guy.
You expected me to pull that? You were looking at me.
I
like,
don't know.
I was gonna pull
It
that.
came in. So, it took me a minute, but like there seems like a lot of DJs, successful guys that end up in New York City, which is one of the biggest markets in the world.
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah.
something
Go
in the water.
through Detroit.
Detroit, it's tough. I don't want to talk shit about it, but it's a pretty shitty place right now.
Great real estate market.
In the 80s and 90s, like it was one of those markets that was really thriving and really amazing. And it's a cool town. Like it's always been a cool town. I would classify it cooler than like Chicago and LA. I just feel like it's grittier. It's like the hipster cool. And if you've come from Detroit, it's a tough town too, like people get killed there.
Yeah.
It gets a little ugly from time to time. And I feel like in our music scene and what comes out of Detroit, it's always very, very cutting edge and cool. And I mean, I just like speaking of Eminem and who else has come from there?
Kid Rock?
The White Stripes,
Motown.
Kid Rock. These aren't artists that are like bubblegum pop cutesy. I was handmade in somebody's studio. These are like hardcore artists that I feel like Detroit definitely gives a different vibe. So
According to Joe, if it's hip, it's no longer hip, right?
Yeah, if you're talking about it, it's already old.
But Detroit seems to have held that for a long time. You know what I mean? Even though it's gentrifying now, but it's obviously not a complete process yet.
Yeah.
Anthony Bourdain was just there with Parts Unknown.
Yeah, I saw that.
And man, did he break? And the other one, Joe, that we talked about was the documentary on Showtime or HBO with the Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Sonic
Sonic
Highways.
Highways.
They went through Detroit as well, and when they showcased the artists that came through Detroit,
Yeah.
both Bourdain and Foo Fighters. It's endless. It's like it almost
Yeah.
took up the whole documentary. Just
It's
saying
rock
who
Oh,
was
city.
especially as far as like the
Right.
50s, 60s, Motown,
Oh, big time.
Hitsville, USA. It was insane.
So is that a path that people DJs, people in the music industry, they kind of want to go through that, I guess, right? It would be much better you don't want to be at WKRP in Cincinnati. Like if you got a shot at Detroit,
Yeah,
why
dude.
wouldn't you go there because of the heritage of it, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a cool market for radio, and it's a breeding ground for people to move up to bigger and better places. It used to be obviously a much bigger city. It was market number 8 at one point, the 8th biggest city in the United States.
Now there's
And now
8
it's
people
market
left.
number 13. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Oh, wow.
So it's just slowly declining
Is
because the
it-
population keeps getting smaller. and
Is it
smaller.
still declining or is it starting to trend
Yeah,
up?
I don't even think it's even close to tapering off at all.
Because there's a lot of talk about Detroit coming back. You know?
Yeah.
There's hype,
The
and
hipsters moving back.
That's what I read.
there's
yeah.
a lot of hype. You can buy a 5,000 square foot house in the ghetto for $2,000. You
Yeah.
can.
It's insane.
My grandmother's house that she, didn't grow up in, but what she lived in for 40 or 50 years was sold for like $2,300. It's like
my
a
God,
4-story, 3,000 square foot house.
So you
And
could buy a block.
you could buy
Yeah.
a block for 10 grand
Yeah.
in Detroit.
And you can make your own town.
Yeah,
Nicoville.
You can make Nicoville if you want. I would like to make it myself. Yeah, I mean it's
crazy.
unbelievable. And the thing is that are people ready to move back into Detroit?
Well, is
Gotta
there
be
any?
work.
Is there? Yeah, right. That was my thing. Is there industry going there? I did hear that they were their like studios were going back because you can buy a town,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can use that town as as a studio, a
Absolutely.
backdrop and stuff. So, but it used to be a long time ago. I shot on a documentary called Death by China, and it was basically a documentary that went across the Rust Belt, and I believe Detroit kind of goes through the Rust Belt. It was all the factories, the copper mills, all the automotive industry that all got subbed out to China, and how it was destroying the country. So I guess that's really what Detroit's industry used to be: the Motor City, Rock
Yeah.
City. What is there? Is there any industry moving back besides motion
pawn
picture?
shops.
Aside from motion picture, I don't really see anything else developing. People are talking about the artistic side of it. It's being developed. They're knocking down complete city blocks and building agricultural stuff.
Good.
Like it's crazy.
That's cool.
They're gonna make it into farmland.
great.
That's
We
crazy. Yeah.
need that though.
Yeah.
right?
I wonder if it's gonna. I don't think it's a matter of if. It's probably a matter of when. Like,
Yeah.
look at Asbury Park. Everyone's like, that's never coming back. And look at it now.
But what food or fruit or vegetable are you going to eat that comes out of Detroit that you're gonna be like, this is Detroit, man. This is the greatest apple ever.
Yeah.
Detroit apples.
Blood orange.
Exactly. With real blood.
The Pontiac Silverdome, where the Detroit Lions played before at Ford Field, was recently sold for $536,000.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, what's it being used for?
It's a shithole.
That's insane.
It's a complete shithole. But, we're talking about, I think it was WrestleMania in 1984, WrestleMania 14 or something. It was when Hulk Hogan, it was the first one when he slammed Andre the Giant. Yeah.
That was in Detroit?
That was in
You sure
Detroit.
that wasn't in MSG? I think that was WrestleMania 1 in Madison Square Garden. Sydney, the fact checker. Check this out.
Sydney.
But what about what else was that? They had Super Bowl. They had Super Bowl there. They had the Super Bowl at Pontiac.
They had the first ever World Cup game indoors there.
They've had a lot of
Like
big
it's a pretty huge thing, and it was sold for $536,000.
That's insane.
There's got to be that much scrap in there. There has to be.
This shit is crazy.
I mean, if that for that cheap, that guy whoever bought it owns a huge stadium.
Right.
Yeah,
A
man.
lot of property.
Could you imagine, what'd you guys buy that for? Oh, we wanted the podcast out of it.
You're right in the middle.
They were gonna make it a movie studio, and I don't know what they've done. They haven't developed it at all because some guys did some like undercover YouTube like drone videos recently, and they posted it. It's pretty cool. It's eerie as shit.
Oh, I
but
bet it
it's
is.
cool.
Yeah.
So you were born in Detroit?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. So is that the Motor City? Were you into like Derek here into cars? Were you into motorsports?
Oh yeah, I'm big time into cars. Derek and I watch his show all the time, Fastlane Daily. I always fuck around with him. I'm like, yo, what up? You guys are crazy.
I've shouted out on the show a few
Yeah, he
times.
shouted me out too because I sent in one of those dorky like videos. I wasn't making fun of anybody,
No,
but
no,
a
that
lot
was-
of times the videos that you guys put on there are just like,
Hey, Derek D, I want to first say you guys are awesome. Shout out to AK. He's the best. What's the difference between supercharged and turbo? Please respond back. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's great. It's
Oh,
great.
you have listener videos?
We shoot Thursday's episode on Wednesday, and it was FLD question of the day where a fan sends in a video, and then I answer the question. And it's great because I don't just like play the video and respond. Like I play the video and I respond to it as if it's live time. Like they say, "Hey, Derek, what's going on?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Paul? What do you got on your mind?" And he says the question, and then usually they'll like add something in at the end. Like this one guy we had, he was in front of a bunch of hammers at Home Depot, and a long time ago I did this thing with like hammers and trucks. I'm always like, "You gotta throw some hammers back there,"
All right.
and that's like become like a saying on the show. And the guy he filmed in front of hammers at Home Depot, asked the question at the end, is like, "Oh, and by the way, we'll throw some hammers back there." And then this one video guy is just videoing himself chucking hammers in the back of his pickup truck. It's great. It's great how that happens. Like it builds up
Organic,
its own,
man.
Yeah, and it builds up its own like life of itself. And now we're making T-shirts with "Throw your hammers back there."
And Nico,
yes, I like cars.
you sent
Sorry,
you sent one of these videos.
No, I
That was a
went
short
on
story.
the FLD tangent. I'm
I
like,
should have hit the mute button. Right, muted it out.
No, it was good.
What's the date?
It's good. Oh, thanks.
Joe, are your wheels spinning? Are we gonna have to do a video question?
What are we
Me
talking
and
about?
Nico,
Cars are one of my favorite things ever.
Right on.
and we're gonna
Shout out to Peter Murphy, my good friend, and Greg Thomas Sullivan, who's also a big car guy. He's a big E30 guy. I don't know if you guys
BMW.
are into the rage of the BMW 318s that are like track ready, awesome.
Yeah.
old school.
So, what do you have a car in the city?
I do.
What is it?
No one has a good car in the city. Though.
It's a Prius, isn't it?
Embarrassing.
It's a hybrid of some sort.
My wife has a Prius.
Don't blame your wife.
No, she does have a Prius.
Come on. Have a Fiat.
It's sitting outside on the street. I drive a real crap car. It's a shit car. It's
What is it,
Manhattan.
man?
You don't want to
Come
be
on.
driving a Lamborghini.
All right.
It's a 2004 Kia Optima.
But the thing is, the fact that you
It
even have
sucks. It's the worst car
the fact
ever.
that you even have two cars in the city, that's huge.
Yeah,
and you're in Brooklyn.
it's huge to park them every day.
Yeah, but
I do more moving the car, parking it rather than driving
Driving
somewhere.
it.
I was like on the highway. I'm like, hey,
I'm surprised-
Going out to Jersey today, guys. Come on.
I'm surprised you have two, not just one. Do you need two?
I know. No, we don't. But she's very Ooh, gonna get myself into trouble here. Not very possessive.
She won't
but
listen this long into it.
If she wants to, if she wants to drive her car whenever she wants on the weekend, she has to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can't like divvy it up. She wants to go somewhere, she's going somewhere. So
Yeah.
that's what happens. I like cars.
I like cars.
Great summation.
He likes dirt bikes too. We go riding this summer, man.
Yeah,
this
man.
spring.
Oh, you got that's right. You got that dirt bike.
Yeah.
I got a
I'm,
dirt bike too.
I was telling him I'm in the market for an enduro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On road, off road.
Yeah, man. I want to be able to get where I'm going on it, and then when the zombie apocalypse hits, I'm
Get off
golden.
it.
No, I'm gold. That's how I'm gonna kill zombies.
Get out of here. Attach guns to it and stuff.
You know, I don't want to have to tow it anywhere.
I hear you.
So, Niko, that music is the sound of Top or Bottom. It's a game we like to play.
Okay.
I'm going to explain it to you, and Joe's going to make fun of me while I explain it.
Please
because
do.
I explain it every episode. But you're in radio. Don't you have to explain it every episode?
Absolutely.
Right? You don't know who's tuning in for the
You have
first
to
time.
assume the listeners are stupid.
Thank you, Joe.
You have
hear
to
the man?
assume it. I'm not saying they are, but you just have to be as clear as possible.
Or at least that they tuned in for the
So
first
you're saying
time.
we have to have a judgment call that all our listeners are stupid?
No. We might have a new listener right now, and I'm going to explain Top or Bottom because they've never heard it before.
All right, go. Let's see if they understand it.
Nico, this is a game we like to call Top or Bottom. I'm going to give you two phrases. I'm going to give you a this or that, a yin or a yang, a black or a white, a peanut butter or a jelly.
Gotcha.
If those two things were if those two things were in a relationship, which one would be on top? Which one would be on the bottom? It's not sexual, but it can be, and it's tailored to you.
That last line really throws you off, too.
Whoa.
We're going to round table it starting with you. Are you ready?
Gotcha.
Questions?
No, I think I got it.
See, he got it, Joe.
It's all right. He was right here, and we made a big deal of it.
Top or bottom, live or pre-recorded?
All yours.
Live top, bottom pre-recorded.
Wrong.
Why? No, why? There's no right or wrong.
You're right. You're right.
If you're not watching YouTube right now, you need to go to our YouTube channel and just watch.
How was I right and wrong at the same time?
You can't be right or wrong. But I'd like to know
It's
why.
an opinionated thing,
It is
right?
100% opinion. Why live?
Because I feel like live should be in the forefront on top, and bottom should be all the roots, like the production work.
Okay, I dig it. Joe Buffet.
I'm going with the recorded on top and live on bottom. I mean, almost every album I've ever listened to or every band, they're better recorded than they are live. Once in a while, you go and you're blown away by a live show.
There are some kick-ass live albums.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say, I mean, I'll put it up. I listen to more music than probably most people out there. And honestly, even down to like my favorite bands, I'd rather not see some of them live because they end up being disappointing.
I got you.
All right. Yeah. That's interesting. I would definitely go live on top, pre-recorded on bottom. But I do agree that recorded music does sound really good. But I wasn't even thinking in the sense of music. I was thinking of performing.
Oh.
Like you
Either way.
hosting an event or hosting an event. Or hosting on radio,
you
you'd
go.
rather be doing live than pre-recorded, right? Because you've done pre-recorded stuff, a ton of that.
Absolutely. It's called Spotify.com.
Stuff. There it is.
I gotta say, pre-recorded. I've done both, and I get uncomfortable live. I have a speech impediment. I stutter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I think it's your anxiety, though.
I'm a little bit.
You
anxious.
get really worked up. You're like,
Well, that's part of my shtick. You know,
That's good.
That's part of my
I
character.
like the energy.
So I got to say, pre-recorded on top.
Really?
Yeah. I do like the energy though of a live performance. There's nothing that competes with that at all. When you're getting feedback, or
Yeah, that's huge. It's like listening to a comedy album or going to see a live comedy show.
Yeah.
You want to see a live comedy show.
Derek, I thought for sure you were going to say live, and you were going to go, "Oh, this one time I saw Dave Matthews, and I was drinking a Bud Light. I was on a pizza bar. It was a live show. It's great."
I was on a pizza beer? What'd
How do you
say?
do Derek's voice so well?
I don't know.
That wasn't even good.
Top or bottom?
That's pretty good.
Number 2. Thank you, Nico. Number 2, Beck or Kanye?
Oh, Kanye's below bottom.
Yeah.
Kanye is he's a disgrace to every artist that has ever made music ever. Sorry, back on top.
No, yeah, I don't disagree. I can't wait till it gets to me. Joe Buffet.
Oh, definitely Beck on top. I mean, the guy's a solid artist, putting out constant albums that are great all the time. I mean, man's awesome. And Kanye, I mean, he's got his niche market, but I mean, he needs a head check, right?
Kanye's music sucks.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
like
I
Kanye's
said, man.
music.
Really?
They
I don't
like
think
it.
I'm sorry to jump back in, but you're absolutely like. Okay,
In 10 years, people will
Beck's
still be
music
listening to
isn't
Yeezus.
the most amazing, mind-blowing music ever, but you have to respect him. I don't respect Kanye at all because what does he do? He sits at a keyboard and he creates beats.
Yeah.
And what track has he had in the past 10 years has been relevant? He had a couple
what's
with
it?
Jay-Z.
Well, 10
What Modern Slaves
within-
was off the last album, which was great.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I would put Beck on top, Kanye on the bottom. But Beck because he's a great artist and he's also a stand-up guy.
Yes,
Kanye is a personality of an asshole.
He's a dirtbag.
But I do like Kanye's older stuff, like producing wise, rapping wise. I like
Absolutely.
Kanye's stuff. Lately, no. So he's on the bottom, Beck's on top. He deserved the award.
I mean, Kanye's completely on the bottom. He can get no lower. What he has been doing, does it not discount anything that he has done prior? Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what he's done prior or what he's going to do in the future, he's so tarnished at this point.
Yeah, but it's terrible. You're judging an artist by his social. I'm sure Picasso was a dick. People were out there.
got a good point.
Why we don't judge their art by what their personalities were.
Yeah,
but
but that-
Kanye's totally getting railed on it. I think his music's brilliant.
Music's good, but look at I say someone like Taylor Swift is like the nicest girl. She's known for being a nice girl, but she's also a hell of an artist. She writes her songs and plays music. Like, there's a certain way you should conduct yourself.
You sounded really old there. You were like,
Listen,
there's a way
Kanye's-
you should conduct yourself when you're out there.
Kanye's a dick.
True.
His music has changed a lot.
Yes.
When it was fun, I went to his show. It was free. That's the only way I'd go to a Kanye show. It was at the Prudential Center, and he did like 40 minutes of his whole God is whatever,
that's
Jesus, and it was just weird.
Oh, this was recent.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like last summer. It was the weirdest music ever. It was off his latest album. I hadn't heard any of it because none of it's getting airplay on the radio because no one likes it.
Right.
And once he started performing his old stuff, Through the Wire,
Oh,
the
one of my
place went
favorites.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, do I think that he's creative and talented? Yes, he should redirect all that crazy, I'm so cool and I need to do fashion and direct it into making good music again.
Boom.
Boom.
F. Kanye.
Kanye
Top or
dick.
bottom, number 3, underground or mainstream?
I don't know, man. Because everything mainstream used to be underground and everything underground is cool and select. Yeah. It's a tough one. I don't know. I like to find those hidden gems, so I'll go underground on top and mainstream on bottom.
Joe?
Do I have to answer this?
I know, you're underground.
Underground's always on top. I mean, if you hear it first and it's fresh and it's new, you don't feel like everybody's into it. It's got a certain appeal to it, or a certain vibe to it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree to that. To a certain
Joe, that
extent.
passes. Okay, that
Thanks.
passes.
That was correct.
I'll go underground on top, mainstream on the bottom. But I also the whole you sold out. I hate hearing that when people say people sold out because a band. Oh, you sold out because a lot of people liked your music and you got popular.
Right, and that's why I'll say that mainstream's on the top because people get into it, of course, for the passion and love, but they want to be successful. Nobody sets out to be unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Right. So
There's different definitions of success, though.
well, what's your
Some-
definition of success?
Some my definition of success is based upon people's appreciation of my craft. It doesn't necessarily have to mean how much money I'm making or how many people are twittering me. So people's appreciation of my craft. If I have a lot of people appreciating what I'm doing, I'm going to continue to do it at the best of my ability every time. But some people do it for the money.
Right. Or my definition of success is happiness. Right. And happiness is
There you go.
If you're happy, you're successful.
Yeah, doing what you love to do, doing
I
what you
like
like
that.
to do,
Right.
And it makes people feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Niko
And
was saying, it's a combination of both of them.
And I think when you hit the mainstream or sell out, if you will, you're probably happy because now you're reaching those monetary goals that you're not living in a truck anymore, like my father, or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's how I look at it.
Did you hear the emotional ties though in Derek's answer? Has someone told you sold out?
No.
I felt it. I felt a little angst.
What kind of comments are you guys getting on YouTube?
What did I sell out on? No,
You sold out to
Everybody's like, I'm a sellout now.
You're like
'Cause I-
Slugworth came in.
I did my 2000th show on FLD.
Oh man.
I got and then got all the
He
got all
touchy,
boozy
right?
after he's
little
like
emo.
"Well, I'm not gonna fly to Detroit. You're not gonna
Get out of here.
you're not gonna fly me out to Detroit.
Get out of here.
I'm Derek Dave, 2000 episodes.
That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works.
That's not the way it works. By the way, tonight I have 8 different voices, and not the ones that I do. You're all trying to do my actual, or I just have 8 different voices. Thanks.
Top or bottom, number 4.
I'm the badass.
He's now bad. Afrojack or Tiesto. I don't know what either of that means. I did not come up with that, but
I don't know. Very simply, I don't know much of Afrojack's music. I know a couple songs. I know a few more Tiesto songs, so I'm gonna go Tiesto on top and Afrojack on the bottom. They're
Joe?
both Swedish producers, and
It's DJ Tiesto all the way. I mean,
All right.
God,
Yeah.
just to go to the show, I mean, the clientele that goes, that's even going to be better.
yes.
Derek.
But Afrojack did bang Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
But
wait,
probably
that's
so did Tiesto.
Yeah, I know Afrojack has some nice cars, and he's really tall,
He's very tall.
right, or
He's
something.
Like
I was like, how's he
6'8".
fit in the Ferrari?
I have a really awkward photo of himself and I'm reaching his navel, and I'm 6 feet tall. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't even know, man. Who cares? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big...
Which name do I like better? I like the name Afrojack better than Tiesto.
What
so-
is it about Afrojack that gets you going?
Oh, I have no idea. I said I like the name.
Yeah.
Afrojack sounds cool. Yo, look at my Afrojack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know either of them. They're DJs. Do they make
They're
their
producers.
They make
Yeah.
their own music?
Like I wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
pick who does
Well,
what.
I'll tell you what. I know that not Derek. Sorry, I know that Michael Delzato, who's a hockey player, who I can't stand, loves Tiesto. So I have to go Afrojack. on top.
Afrojack on top.
For that reason. Is that a stupid ass reason?
No, I
It
mean,
is
if
what
you-
it is, right?
If you hate Delzato,
Can't stand him.
Yeah.
all right, stick by it.
Can't
Does he play for
stand
the
him.
Devils?
He used to be a Ranger. That's where I knew him
Oh,
from.
okay.
Now he's with Philadelphia, and that's why I hate him even more now.
Ooh, Philly.
right?
Philly
Top or
sucks.
bottom, they do suck. Like the Knicks. Top or bottom, Z100 or Spotify. See what I did there? Hit you right in the face.
Spotify on top all day. Not only because I work with them, but Z100 is that's the kiddie station that's on his way out. If I'm just making it public right now,
No shit, no shit.
no shit, no shit. Yeah, Spotify on top. I mean, who doesn't use Spotify?
It's king.
And they pay me, so
There you go.
It's cool. Spotify on top, Z100 bottom.
Joe Maffei.
Definitely Spotify on top. This thing's a juggernaut. It's coming fast, it's rolling hard, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Everybody, even music aficionados, love Spotify. The catalog is so deep.
Yes.
People don't even want to buy music anymore because Spotify rocks.
Yeah, I don't know. Spotify on top, Z100 on the bottom. I mean, you could get cars, not to bring back the cars, you get cars now and then I'll have that app in there, like ready to rock. Of course, you can do it through your phone, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
Spotify comes with
It's
the
like an
car.
app in the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Spotify on top completely. And to go along with that, Stitcher, the Stitcher app.
Stitcher, yeah.
And as technology gets put, I don't want to use the term catches up with automotive industry because let's be honest, it's like it's there. It just has to be kind of rolled out at this
Developed.
point.
Yeah.
Stitcher's in the car, Spotify's in the car, Pandora's in the car. They're all clearly the future, and all of those things can directly compete with
FM terrestrial radio, yeah.
Even satellite. Satellite's dead. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's got as soon
They're
as
still up
Stern,
there.
as soon as Stern is done. Although you know what? Let me ratify that comment.
Unless they want to put PBR on satellite, then we're totally for
Then
it.
we're 100% all for it. I think that my contention with getting rid of television has always been live sporting event and live television.
Right.
That's always been my contention. I need to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like satellite radio lends itself to that. They have all of the sport contracts. They have the NASCAR contract. They have, So until that turns, I guess satellite may stay alive, but I mean, isn't it not all going digital to your device?
I think once everything's on a Wi-Fi network where you don't have to have it distributed through a satellite up in the air that costs them hundreds of millions of dollars, then it's a different story. Because
That's a good
every
point.
car's gonna have Wi-Fi eventually,
Yeah.
and every town is gonna have Wi-Fi, and you'll be able to stream whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want.
Well, it has it now,
Yeah, that's like
right?
Well, yeah, I mean, for the most part,
You can- the new GM car.
yeah.
You bring your phone into the car, it immediately takes the Wi-Fi off of your phone.
Okay.
Right? And
It's like
that's
a
where
mobile hotspot thing.
Yeah, and that's where you're getting Spotify, that's where you're getting Pandora and
Yeah.
Stitcher. And so if you're like me and you live in this area and you have Optimum at home Wi-Fi, right? That's our service provider.
Right.
I have they have Wi-Fi, what do you call them, Joe? Hotspots?
They
Hotspots
put
all
a
over.
hotspot in every single person's home modem. And like now when you sign up for Optimum or Fios, like everybody's becoming a hotspot. And you save like $20 and they make you sign the little contract and check the box.
using my internet.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
sharing
that's
your
rough.
internet
You
with
have
other
Optimum?
people.
I don't know if I like that.
And
shit.
their
Yeah, I don't like
cars.
that at all.
And their
I do
cars.
have Optimum.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
So I mean it's pretty much there. I mean it's right there right now.
It's
So-
right there. Terrestrial radio, I love it. It's been great. It was great growing up with it, but you can just tell it's dated. The technology is out there to surpass it.
You do for Spotify, you do voiceovers, pre-recorded stuff.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
I come on every fourth song on the free version and say, "Hey, Spotify user, why don't you check out Spotify Premium for just $8.99? You can have Spotify all day, all night."
Hey, whoa! I mean, hey, the guy's been in it.
Something like
what a
that.
radio voice.
Yeah.
Face for radio.
I love it. I have a question from a listener.
Okay.
For you, we threw it out to the fans that you were coming on. If you had a question, bring it out to us. This one I think comes via Facebook, and ironically enough, it's from Popcorn Friendly. Do you think with the help of Spotify and podcasts, radio is gaining popularity again?
Radio meaning like a radio show?
Well, she continues by saying, did it ever lose its popularity in the States?
I think
So-
you can classify it in two different ways: how it's distributed and how it's created. Like the creation process of radio. Some people don't call it radio because it's not a broadcast. Like this is
not on a radio
not
wave.
radio.
Right.
It's technically a podcast, so it's distributed through a recorded process that's then distributed. So radio, I consider this to be radio. It's entertainment. It's recorded. It's audio. It's also video too. But
It will never. See
I don't
a
think it'll
radio
ever go
wave.
away. That was a long way to get away from. I don't think it'll ever go away.
Her second part. What does it take to be successful in your industry?
Shit. Just being fully enveloped in pop culture and just knowing a lot of people.
Yeah, just to spitball on top of that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the entertainment industry. It's all the entertainment industry. So you have to want to do things for free. You have to want to just bust your ass to get there.
Yeah, and being relevant. That's important.
I like this one. I'd like to roundtable this one real quick, and you could use Spotify or Pandora. You can interchange it. What is on your Spotify favorites playlist?
Oh God.
Anyone?
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, we'll start with you.
It's weird because when I listen to Spotify or anything like Pandora or a pre-recorded or one of those algorithms that kind of figures out what you like just by picking one song, I listen to the craziest shit ever. I don't pick like the normal thing that I would tell somebody if they're like, what type of music do you listen to? I like listen to like dubstep playlist 4000. Like whatever, if somebody's created like a dubstep playlist,
Womp.
it's crazy. Oh my God, look at that.
That's the toilet seat.
This woman is crazy. I spent 6 hours on the can. I hope it'll look like that too.
I've seen that picture. It glows in the dark.
So
too.
yeah, I also listen to on Pandora. There's a playlist called XS Radio, and it's all like deep indie, crazy indie rock that is not popular at all, and it's amazing, and I love it.
You and Joe Maffei should get coffee. Take a long ride, get coffee.
Let's hang out sometime.
I mean, these people don't like independent music. What's wrong with them?
I like independent music. What does that? I didn't like independent music.
Like, bro.
I like to put in an artist. Like I'll put in Fits in the Tantrums.
Coldplay?
You don't listen to Fits in the Tantrum. Shut up.
Bro, I'm a huge Fits in the Tantrum.
I'm throwing a tantrum right now.
That's very. Why do you like them?
Yeah, of course.
But they're popular. Why would you like them?
It doesn't matter if they're popular. That's not how I make my decisions.
Yeah, you're so full of shit. But I like to put in an artist like that who I really dig, and then what I like about that is it gives you the artists that sound like that, that you've never heard of. Like I dig that aspect of it. FM would never do that, man. They give you the same shitty ass 7 songs all day.
They can't
long.
really do that.
I get it.
You know.
You want to answer, Derek?
Day.
Oh, I like all kind of things. I like Cameron and Ludacris Radio. Like they play a lot of old school hip hop.
Nice.
Stuff. I like blues, a lot of blues. So like Joe Bonamassa, Stevie Ray Vaughan, of course, and like old like BB King, all that kinds of stuff. And then I guess I do go with like some like indie rock here and there just to see what. But I'd rock some dubstep too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Dubstep's great
I
to work out.
won't
to.
admit in public that I listen to it.
I don't
did.
either, but you end up
Just
liking
did.
it.
But when I'm listening to it, I'm just kind of like.
It's like that movie Pitch Perfect. Like you don't admit you like it,
You
but
start doing the
everyone
pops
likes
and
it.
the locks
Yeah.
and sliding around.
Yeah, it's like
kind of popping.
it's got its moments, right? You don't want to listen to dubstep all the time.
No,
but
No.
you know what I mean.
Well, EDM in general. I mean, you don't
EDM,
listen to
yeah.
so much.
This last part of her question is so fitting.
4-parter.
Does social media
She's on the
affect
toilet.
your pooping habits?
No, not at all. Why would that have to do with my pooping? I'm not gonna sit on the can all day in social media.
See that
Is that what she
your
does?
answer amazes me, man, because it 100%. Not I don't poo like her for 6 hours a day, leave voice messages and do 4-part questions, and then bring couches in because my toilet seat's ruined, right? Which she says she did. She had to swap seats, right? But I definitely I'll be done. Stinker tinker time is huge for me, and when I'm done stinkering, sometimes
I'm in and out.
no, man. Sometimes I'll continue to
I try
tinker.
to get out of there.
No, yeah, but see, that's the thing. This woman Helena, she tinkers a lot.
Obviously.
So she
yeah.
she'll get done with the business and be just sitting in there forever. I'm like you, in and out. And
Yo,
That's
I
only
don't-
going to last for another couple more years,
I
guys.
flushed the toilet literally 3 or 4 times in a matter of like a 5-minute poop.
Wait, you're a courtesy flusher.
If anything touches the bowl, I'm like,
That's bad for the environment,
Gone.
man.
wow.
You're wasting
Yeah,
fresh
man,
water.
you're
You-
destroying
You
the
turn it
environment.
into a negative thing.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, let the why do you courtesy flush?
I was just talking about one of my good qualities.
because I don't like to sit in
shit. You
root
say it?
in shit.
This ain't Z100, man. You can say shit.
You know,
Yeah.
it sits in the water. It's not actually touching you anymore.
No, but it's just disgusting. It's feces.
Yeah, but you're not.
This is a great convert.
Don't you try to
Well,
look at
I
it
mean,
like when
how's
you
that
clad
pause?
bust and try to make shapes
Listen.
out of it?
On purpose.
I have bricks in my toilet.
Don't you think you
Tank.
should examine it every time you go just to
I turn it on.
seek out health problems and things like that?
It's going to tell me a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it comes out a weird color, you're going to be like, I have
That's
to go to the
true.
doctor.
So
There
look,
you
we all learned something about Niko.
Brown ale.
Brown ale.
We learned a couple things about you, right? When you're sitting on the toilet, you have a dilemma. Will my wife smell my disgusting ass, or will I be part of destroying the environment?
He's not even sure he crapped when he's done.
Which,
My-
It's not there.
which way will Niko go?
This is weird. My poops are really stinky.
Yeah.
I like to get rid of them ASAP.
This toilet paper's really lonely in the bowl
I
on the
don't
last
like
flush.
to hang out on the toilet. Anyway, social media. To be honest with you, I'm not huge on social media. I don't have like 1 million followers on Twitter and Instagram because I never talk about it on the radio, and I don't. I feel like people that involve themselves so much online and social media, they lose like that human interaction.
Yeah.
and I think it's a big deal.
Hashtag haha.
But Nico's got some. He's got some good Instagrams for 92.3. Is
I
that
like-
92.3? Is
I
that
like-
your Instagram?
That's mine.
It's
I
yours,
like
yeah.
Instagramming because it's more creative than telling somebody what's up on Twitter. Like, yo, I just walked down the block. Who fucking cares?
Or yo, I just flushed 7 times and destroyed the environment.
Again,
Right?
this one.
Full circle.
Still
It's called a callback.
Record tonight hit 19.
unbelievable.
19 flushes.
I'm out of here.
Still don't know if I
Could
could.
have watched 16 African babies for that.
I don't know. If yes.
wow.
Unbelievable.
Hell, I was getting it before.
Well,
Oh,
I've
man.
renamed the show. It's now called The Pizza Beer. I'm out of here.
Oh, he's a poet.
He's already had the pizza. We got to hold that till later.
Since you're such the artiste, let's move on to this classic PBR game we're gonna play.
Roger.
It's called PBR Theatre.
Okay.
All right, we'd like to basically what we do is Mad Libs around a scene from a movie that we think kind of fits into you. So the movie that we picked, should I say it now? Do I say it now? The movie that we picked was Pump Up the Volume. Joe Maffei and I were like, yes, same response as Nico. Derek
Yeah.
D went, huh?
Who's Christian Slater?
No.
Right? He was like, what are you talking about? Pump
There's
Up the
nothing
Volume.
accurate
You've heard
about
his
this
name. You
podcast.
just didn't know he was in this awesome movie.
I know who Christian Slater is, of course. I didn't know this movie.
Oh, Derek
Oh,
D.
come on, man.
So
You're a performer, bro.
I'm
you have to know
sorry.
these things.
Do you know Helen Slater?
Yeah, great person.
you probably
Fair is fair. You never saw Billie Jean?
He's not my lover. Love that song, Michael Jackson.
I want to ask him if he saw Always Loved You, Always Will. Terrence,
Oh, yeah.
do you think he saw it?
No.
I feel like I have, but I can't pinpoint what it
It's
is.
a tough call.
What's the name of the movie?
I'm saying I can't.
Val Kilmer's in it. He plays Elvis. You only see him in the mirror.
Come on. It's a Tarantino movie.
God, you know what,
Wait,
man?
it's-
You were in a boy band. What do
Dick
I
Ritchie's
want
in
to
it.
expect?
I was not.
Wait,
Don't
Brad-
condescend me.
Brad Pitt is in it.
too,
He's the
as a
dude on the
stoner.
couch,
Yeah.
stoner. Why are you looking at me like you're
And
something? What is
what's
this
it
movie?
called? True Romance.
Yeah.
True Romance.
Your great
With
grandmother.
Christopher Walken.
When you find out that the top of the toilet is the best thing to beat somebody up with.
Nico, can you do
I'm
a
not-
Christopher Walken?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
I've been
please.
perfecting it.
Come
Nice.
on, drop it.
Hey guys, losing your virginity is terrible. No?
No, it's really good.
I gotta hear it. I gotta hear his
No, that's
voice.
good. That's
Yeah,
really
me
good.
too. It's like-
it
it's-
just
it's-
dawned on me that Derek D and Christopher Walken have a very similar cadence.
Yeah, the pauses.
The pauses.
What?
It's all about the cadence.
What do you think about cowbell?
Christopher,
Derek?
Derek,
Christopher Derek.
D.
Derek Walken, if you want. Right?
I could. It's easier to hear it and then do it.
All right, so our producer grabbed you aside when you got here, and she
Yeah,
asked you a couple questions. She asked you the first question, a derogatory term towards a man, and you said?
The dickhead.
You did. You said dickhead. Why'd you go with dickhead, man?
I don't know. I just kind of feel like I say dick a lot. You're a dick. You're a dick.
Yeah,
So
it comes out smooth.
you're a
natural.
dickhead.
Why'd you look at Derek when you said it the last time?
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
You pointed as well.
Sorry, Double
I
D.
know.
Say his last name.
Petrou.
Sure.
Nope.
Petrou. Petrou. I said it
Exactly.
right, man.
It's okay, guys.
All right. Say it.
Okay. Petrou.
That's what I said.
No,
dude.
like
that's
Petrou.
not what you say.
Petrou.
Petrou.
always-
That's
You're like
oh.
Petrou.
You know what? Pick on a guy with a speech impediment. All right. So
can just stop me.
the second thing she asked you was a sex act, and you said,
Losing your virginity.
I appreciate that.
It's an interesting sex
It is
act.
very-
It is
yeah,
one.
man.
You would think you would go like blowjob or
Right?
something
Or
like that.
double ski poles, right? We've had some interesting comments.
Jelly
That's a good
donut.
one. I like that one.
You guys gonna judge me this hardcore?
The whole way through.
I'm done. I'm
No,
out of
come
here.
on, man. We just complimented you.
No,
man.
it was a good one. It was a good one.
Then she said, detestable celebrity. And ironically enough, he says,
Kim Kardashian.
ding, ding, ding,
Wow.
ding, ding. See, that's great. Okay. And a cured meat.
Prosciutto.
I like it. Now, is that the first time?
I think so.
Is that the first time it's been doubled up? Have we had prosciutto before?
I don't
I'll have to
remember
ask
it.
Sydney.
What did
We've-
I say?
I forget what you said.
thought I might have said
You
that.
might have said. I think Sydney Lesperance.
Cha-ching.
She's our fact checker. Check that out and tweet it out. I think that that's the first time we ask everyone.
Are you kidding me?
Cured meat
In
Yeah.
New Jersey?
Pepperoni hasn't been repeated. Salami hasn't been. That's the first one. Prosciutto.
Oh, okay.
You said prosciutto, but you're Greek.
Prosciutto.
There you go.
Capicola.
You don't remember what cured meat you said?
I think I said prosciutto.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this
Yeah,
is the
he
first
might have
time
said
it's
it.
been
Fact
repeated.
checker, Sydney.
I think you
Come
said
on, get on it.
everlasting gobstopper, but all right.
The most disgusting thing you can imagine. You said.
Swimming in a cesspool.
Yeah, yeah. You did, didn't you, Nico?
I did.
The cesspool that your toilet goes to, not that
Oh,
sessy.
here we go.
It's actually pretty clean water
it's water-
because of
it's
the
water
amount
up.
of flushes,
It's watered up.
right?
I fell in a septic tank once. Swimming in that is not fun at all.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I used to put in irrigation, like sprinkler systems, and those cement caps come off, and I fell in one.
Wow.
It was it was not good.
Just the thought of it. Oh.
Well, for like the rest of the day, all you do is vomit.
Is that a show title? I fell in a cesspool. This one's a little bit shocking. A notable villain, and you said
Chris Christie.
Wow. Yeah, I think he's a villain. too.
Teachers aren't fans.
no. A podcast that spotlights the revolutions all around us, and you said
Pizza Beer Revolution.
yes. We thank you for that one.
Yeah, no problem.
And the final one, a nickname for your penis.
Thor's hammer.
Wouldn't that be Thor's penis?
No, that's my penis. I am Thor.
So Thor owns your penis.
So we put this in. We put this into a famous scene from Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
So wait for it. This is Nico.
from Pump Up the Volume.
Pulp Fiction.
Holy shit, 60%.
What are you
Freudian
talking?
slip. We put Nico into Pump Up the Volume. Action.
Okay. This is really me now. No more losing your virginity. Listen, we're all worried. We're all in pain. That just comes with having eyes and having ears. But just remember one thing. It can't get any worse. It can only get better. I mean, Pizza Beer Revolution is the bottom. Being a Thor's hammer sucks. But that's the point. Surviving it is the whole point. Quitting is not gonna make you stronger. Living will. So just hang on and hang in there. You know, I know all about the hating and the cranking one out. I'm a member of Why Bother Generation myself. But why did I bother coming out here tonight? And why did you? I mean, it's time. It begins with us, not with Kim Kardashians, the Chris Christies, or the teachers, but with us, with you, and with me, the ones we needed most. Dramatic pause. For your next passion's louder with passion. Everyone mix it up. It's not game over yet. It's just the beginning. But it's up to you. I'm calling for every dickhead to seize the prosciutto. Steal it. It belongs to you. Speak out. They can't stop you. Find your voice and use it. Keep this going. Pick a name. Go on the prosciutto again. It's your life. Take charge of it. Do it. Try swimming in a cesspool. Try anything. Spill your guts out and say shit and fuck a million times if you want to. But you decide. Fill the prosciutto. Steal it. Keep the prosciutto alive. Talk hard.
There you go. Very well done.
That works oddly well.
Yeah, it's amazing sometimes how it fits in there.
Gotta keep that prosciutto alive.
Gotta steal it.
That's a very famous scene. Christian Slater.
From Pump Up the Volume. It's a
From
great movie.
Pump Up
If
the
you
Volume.
haven't seen it, go see it.
Or apparently any of Christian Slater's work.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. It's good stuff.
I love the line I'm calling for every dickhead to
Yeah.
seize the prosciutto.
Seize the prosciutto.
You got to
Massive
have
fat
cured meat.
prosciutto
If you don't
for
have
the
cured meat,
Midwest.
it's just not working. You know? Well done, sir.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
That's my first line in my next stand-up. I'm
I
just
think,
gonna walk up on
I've
stage.
been drinking too much. I
Hey,
stumbled and
dickheads.
bumbled a few
Well,
times. in
I
there.
called the
Steal the
friggin'
prosciutto.
movie Pulp Fiction, so hey, you didn't do too bad. Now, I don't know. My favorite part of that whole thing, I don't know if anybody picked up on it, but you got to watch this episode on YouTube because the entire time
Derek's mouthing it.
Nico was doing it, Derek was mouthing it into the camera,
Yeah,
which
it was
was
great.
pretty cool.
Only for the first part,
So you're reading it along with me?
not
Yeah.
out loud,
More like mimic.
but mimicking
yeah.
your exact your feelings.
Attaboy.
was
I
just-
have a friend that's oddly enough, he kind of predicts what you're saying and he mouths it before you say it. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever
Really?
experienced in my life. I swear to you. I will be saying this right now and he'll be like, I'm like, stop doing that. Why do you keep doing that?
Oh, that's
he does
weird.
it all the time, and he tries to.
He
Predict,
knows he's doing it?
He knows it's conscious to him, and he tries to predict. He tries to get you to say it faster, and he's like, okay, my turn to talk.
But he actually knows what you're saying.
It's,
I mean,
it's 80%, 60%,
yeah.
60%.
But did you ever talk to people and like they're doing like a weird thing with their mouth and they're talking like as if they want to try to mouth what you're mouthing?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like they're like
Yeah, I think that may be what it is.
Oh, this is an episode for YouTube. You got to watch this on our YouTube channel,
you gotta watch
/
this one.
PBR Revolution.
We're gonna like my audio's off.
It's going to totally screw the edit. It's funny because the three of us, Nico, have a friend who has like, you know, a little bit of a tick. So like when you're talking to him, you could ask him anything. You'd be like, hey, man, what'd you have for dinner? He was like, oh, I had Gianni's Pizza. Like,
no,
Yeah.
let's call him right now.
no, you don't want to call him right now. Right? But the funny thing is, you could be like, bro, how's your grandfather? He'd be like, oh man, it's really bad. He died last night. Like it doesn't matter what you ask. him.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him.
We can definitely set that up.
We should get him on the podcast. one show.
That'd be good to have
Yo,
him.
that sounds amazing.
No, keep going. Sorry.
I was gonna say, what if Philip had that nervous tick? What would it be like? So you know what I mean? Like Philip, what was your first car?
My first car was a 1986 Toyota Corolla. Wow.
Oh, that's terrible. What were you-
You know what'd be funny though? Like we play a game where maybe it's called My Voice is Your Voice. And like I'm talking right now, but you want to watch his camera.
Right, we should.
We should definitely do that.
Oh,
like-
let's play it right now. We'll play it right now.
I don't even know how. Okay.
All right. Well, for the viewers out there, this is the point where we're gonna shut off Derek's camera and Joe Maffei's.
Oh, okay.
You ready? Joe Maffei, you ready? Derek's camera's off now.
Hey, what's up? I'm Joe Maffei, and here's the thing. I was an ex-pro snowboarder. I used to rip the shit out of fucking ramps, bro. Not like crazy backflip. I mean, it's an old school 90s kind of thing. You know what? I'm about to get my board right now. I'm out.
It's just gonna be funny for anybody else. It's just hilarious to us.
This is either crash and burn.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nico should do one. You and Mike.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Nico, I'm gonna.
You're gonna
I'm
mouth
gonna
what
be
I'm
the
saying?
voice. No, I'm gonna be the voice.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm putting
so
you. I'm
you
gonna
did a good job.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. All right, so my camera's gonna go off in 5,
yeah, but it doesn't work because okay. Let's do
4,
it.
3, 2,
Fear.
1. So what's up, everybody? I'm Nico, acting like I'm Derek D from 92.3. Flush.
This could be a lot of fun.
That's all I got.
I think this could go somewhere.
I don't know if you really did any words though, man. You just kind of moved your lips,
But just-
which
You don't
works.
think I was hitting the words?
Which works.
Isn't that what you do when you
No, I
speak?
did.
I think you hit him.
I was hitting the words.
I think it lends itself. Like, it doesn't even matter what you say. It's just, can the person keep up? That's what lends itself to
Oh,
the
man.
comedy.
It's
big-
hard.
That I'm crying right now.
Really
that is
hard.
a great game.
Puppetry at its
Can we
best.
make
I
a
love
note?
it.
Dennis, make a note. We're gonna play. What are we gonna
PBR
call
puppetry.
it? PBR puppetry. We're gonna play it on
Love
the
it.
next episode.
Hey, Derek's first game.
Yay! Wait, who's our guest?
It'll be
next?
on Ellen next week,
Yeah,
everybody.
right. Oh my! Ellen steals so much shit from us, dude. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That Ellen, that bit thief.
Right? Did you see her new show coming out? It's called Repeat After Me.
No.
I'm not even kidding. You know what they do?
What?
She puts an earpiece in somebody, and they go out, and she talks into a microphone and tells them what to say and do.
Oh.
Did you ever hear of that show before?
Yeah.
It's on True TV. It's called Impractical
called
Jokers.
Practical Jokers.
Yeah. That friggin'
Ellen.
I'm a fan of Ellen, but don't steal stuff. I mean, that's bad.
That's great. When's the last time, Nico? When's the last time you heard this sound?
Oh,
Mo-
shit.
More importantly, first thought that comes to your mind when you hear the sound. Where does it bring you back to?
It brings me back to high school. I was in high school. I was in 11th grade. I was using AOL, Instant Messenger, to chat with my homies. BR69.
Oh, Woo. He remembers the name.
BR6,
Yeah.
probably because she had a Jetta. VW Jetta?
No, it was a BR. Her
Oh,
name-
BR. They said BR6.
Her name was Brittany something. I'm guessing it was Radaburger.
great,
Yeah,
man.
that's when it throws me back.
So this is a segment we like to call the Armchair Futurist.
Okay.
The year is 2050, right? The pizza and the beers will get you in the room, but this show is really all about the guests and the revolution that surrounds them.
Gotcha.
Your industry is the radio industry, the DJ industry,
Yeah.
right? So in the year 2050, you're sitting back in your recliner or you're sitting back in the passenger seat of your Prius, or shooting down the parkway. What does your industry look like in the year 2050?
Interesting.
Especially for your.
As far
Radio.
as the talent goes, I think it's always going to be there. So there's going to be a lot of entertaining DJs. The music is going to be totally different. It's going to be fucking crazy at that point. I think it's going to be a lot more synthesized, crazy, garbling, and we'll definitely be those people who look at it and go, "What are these kids listening to?
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
kids are crazy."
That's kind of happening now,
Yeah,
you know, in my world, you know, the music's.
not me,
Nuts.
not me.
But
I'm not as old as you.
Either am I.
Just kidding.
Technically,
But, yeah,
the
I think
revolution's
it'll
got to be sick though, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
What's it gonna, what do you think technically it looks like? What's the landscape look like?
What's the landscape for radio look like?
Yeah, in 2050. I mean, what like we talked about today. You know, Wi-Fi in the car, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher.
At that
You know-
point, you're gonna have a fucking computer chip in your head. That's gonna.
Everyone says that. Everyone says like a
It's
chip in
gonna
their arm.
upload like all the information that you need ever. It's gonna be like that movie with Johnny Depp where he got uploaded into the computers and
The Matrix.
No, Johnny Depp and
Oh.
he was like dying and somebody injected
Transcendence?
him. Transcendence. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
He gets
Joe
uploaded.
Maffei.
Thank you, Joe Maffei.
I have my moments.
And yeah, and he was able to access like the internet and create this crazy sense of consciousness that we've never been able to reach because nobody's ever been able to like involve themselves in the internet that deeply.
Like Lawnmower Man Part 3.
Yeah, like he learns everything.
Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man. That was a throwback right there. Derek D, you have no idea.
If you have a conversation with a kid today, you talk about like a mixtape or an 8-track. Freebird used to stop and you had to flip the 8-track, right?
Yeah.
You like that conversation eventually became about tapes, eventually became about CDs, eventually became about MP3 players, iPads. So to the point where you're saying it's going to be about a chip in your head. So there will be no conversation. You'll just kind of look at each other
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
nod.
No,
Like,
That'll be
crazy.
great.
There's gonna be no human contact
it's
at all.
ridiculous.
You'll get everything you need forever, not based on human contact.
That's scary. I remember the first time I went like, wow, this is happening is when I looked at my nephew and I was like, you know, there didn't used to be the internet, and he had this look on his face just like, well, where'd it go? What was?
Yeah.
It's like just
Was it
had
taking
no
a break?
clue. It's like, it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. That's where I think it's gonna be. Immediate. Everyone's gonna jump on board. It's like that.
Will they
movie.
though?
I think so.
I don't know, man. I was watching Shark Tank. I'm addicted to Shark Tank, and I was watching a bunch of reruns. It's on at 8 and 9. Joe, stop mouthing what I'm saying, man.
He's practicing. He's practicing.
And there was a dude that came on Shark Tank. It was an older one, right? And what he was selling was a Bluetooth headset, but it was embedded in your ear, underneath your earbud, which is like they use in the military. And they were all their big concern was like, well, it's so you have to buy this device, then have surgery to have it put in. How do you charge it? And he's like, well, at night there's a wire and you plug it in, and right. And they were all like freaking out about it. But you're contending really like that's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's scary, dude.
Frightening.
What if it goes total opposite and it's like 20s comes back, like 20s music?
Well, that's
like
the thing.
that
What
kind
if
I
we
learned
have
at
like
Charleston.
a crazy apocalypse and shit just,
All this
the
is
evolution
gone.
of technology just stops.
Reset.
Then we
What
start
are we
from
just
zero
gonna
again.
Were we just going to forget how to do science?
Well, no, but you're not going to have the tools, right? You want to have the
Like,
infrastructure.
what tools aren't we going to have?
No, the infrastructure won't be.
We're not going to have a crank to generate electricity. I mean, what's not going to happen?
You're not going to be able to.
You
play
can't take away
Xbox.
knowledge. Everybody says that we're going to go back to the Stone Age. That can't happen.
can't take
we
away
have the
knowledge.
knowledge.
Why don't you watch The Matrix, okay, buddy?
Which one?
Live in Zion. Those guys were pretty fucking technology savvy.
They were. I mean, you can't argue with Niko.
I don't know.
No.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Niko, thank you so much for coming down, man.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome. I'll
Anything-
see you guys next week. Okay?
Yeah, man. Come on down.
Hey.
Your Prius has enough gas to get back.
Haha. Prius
Wasn't a Prius?
runs on battery. I didn't need gas.
Oh, word up. Anything you want to plug on the way out?
Check out my Twitter, Instagram, DJ Niko NYC. Don't ever use my last name ever because it doesn't make sense.
And you can't say it anyways.
My Facebook page is I am Niko NYC or something like that. I don't care.
Right on.
Whatever. Just enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed it and
was
keep
great.
keep checking out Pizza Beer Revolution.
Thank you.
Oh,
man.
nice, man.
Joe Maffei.
I just want to thank Derek D for PBR puppetry. I can't wait to do this in the future.
That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Follow Niko at DJ Niko NYC,
this
Twitter,
guy.
Instagram. He's a good dude. Listen to him on 92.3 AMP. All right.
PizzaBeerRevolution.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's give us some love, and we would love you back. See you.